Ladies and gentlemen, to round number 16, season 2 for the Russian Grand Prix. Today we are using the wheel, okay, for this episode. And in practice, I can say things went very, very well. We looked very, very good at the top of the timesheets. I felt quite comfortable with the car, but obviously now we got to put that to the test in qualifying for this Russian Grand Prix. Now, Russia is a circuit I'm not a great fan of overall. I think it's an okay addition to the calendar. You know, I understand why it's on the calendar overall. You know, it's because of the Russian drivers and the money and the sponsorships, of course, that Formula 1 gains from going to Russia. But it's never been, I don't think, a track that has really lived up to expectation. And in theory, I think this circuit should be one of the better ones for racing because, you know, it isn't a difficult track to master, if that makes sense. It should, in theory, it's quite wide and open. In theory, it should be one of the more easy ones to master and better for overtaking. But maybe it's a bit too easy as well, to that degree. I don't know. It just doesn't seem, especially in recent years, suit Formula 1. Like, yeah, like I don't remember or recall a real thrilling race that we've had here. Maybe 2015 was okay, but apart from that, I can't remember much where I would say, yeah, that was a thrilling race at Russia. No, I can't remember that. But hopefully, maybe we'll get one this year. You never know. You know, maybe we'll have something different in store this year. But we'll have to wait and find out anyway. Green light is go now for the session. We're one of the first cars out. Here we go then. So, we've got already a Haas behind me. Just let the Haas go in front. It's Lucas Weber. So, we're out pretty early here. All we got to do for this session is get through to Q2. Pretty simple, just get in the lap. You know, let's not waste any time today, hopefully. And let's just get, you know, straight through. And let's start to build a run of points again. Because last race, it weren't bad. It was my sweetest pole I had last race. I think that was the highlight of the last video. Just that pole position. Otherwise, races in the end just win away from us. Obviously, going to be dry though for this weekend, so shouldn't see any rain. So long we got the pace, I think there shouldn't be too much difficulty here this race weekend. So now, going into the final sector before we can start our lap. Now I'm going to go behind my teammate Pierre Gasly, who's obviously been dropped from Red Bull, in case you're wondering. You know, so technically Albon should be my teammate now. However, he isn't, of course. Anyway, whether Gasly will be my teammate next season, I don't know. In season 2. So long he outscores me in the season that we've got, I think he should be my teammate. But then he hasn't done a bad job, but, you know, if he doesn't outscore me, I don't think then he should be my teammate. Because we've had, you know, 8 less races at the team than Pierre. So lap hasn't been too bad up to this point. Well, no, okay lap right now. I wouldn't say it's been phenomenal. Right, so final sector. We go third, only 6/10 off. I'm going to go straight out there for a second lap, so long we got the fuel, we do. So going straight on it for a second lap. Let's see if we can improve. I want to go straight through. I don't want a knockout or early Q1 elimination. I just want to get in the lap, get it done, go through. Simple as. Maybe it's as simple as you like. Almost getting out of shape there. Luckily holding the car. Seven tenths up on Vettel. So final sector.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
Came around that final corner very hot, we did, and that's the fastest lap, so we go miles quicker in that then, miles quicker. That was one way to get around the final, through the final corner. Should be good for this session.
Mind that front wing, it'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
So, yeah, should be okay. Just doing a nice slow in lap. So, just taking our time, get that round into the garage. No need to rush or anything, we're pretty good. Now, obviously, next season I am going to put up the AI difficulty when we're using the wheel. I think I'll put it up to 82% AI difficulty, so should make it just a little bit more difficult to, you know, race with the AI. This season I'm going to keep it at 80%. You know, we've only got 2 more races on the wheel, you could argue. So, you know, should just make it a little bit more difficult. 82% AI difficulty. Not much, but yeah. So we're on top here, obviously, after that then, so we're looking good. We should easily go through into Q2 now. With that time, I'm not really too concerned. We now just got to, you know, wait in the garage now, effectively, until, obviously, you know, the cut-off. Or till the end of session now. That's all we've got to do. So, should be pretty easy. Stuff shouldn't be too hard. But we easily on pole there by, I think, 7/10 or something. Oh, 1.6 seconds. So, this is, yeah, we're definitely going to have to put up the AI difficulty next season. We didn't do best first sector. We did just say improved sector. So match AI, then middle is where we're really gaining all that time. But maybe they've got more to come, we'll wait and see. Vettel's now 8/10 behind, so that's only some improvement from Vettel, so we'll still see. I think 8/10 is the actual gap, I don't think it's a second. So Gasly improves there, but we're safely through them there. 1:32.3, that's very, very good lap already in Q1. And we're not even in Q2 yet. So Q2, we should easily be able to get through on the mediums, I would have thought. Based on the fact, you know, the time in Q2 on that soft tyre. 0.8 is probably the difference between tyres, so yeah, we should be able to get through. I wouldn't have suspected anything differently. So, oh, you're having a joke, aren't you? We've only got one. We brought no mediums. Thick. I am thick. Right, okay, well. Might as well go out. Might as well just, you know.
When you're ready, let's go.
This is going to be then, like, you know, one lap here, I think will do the job. Even if we go for 2 laps, you know, I'm not even too concerned. Like, yeah, looking pretty easy right now for us. Went a bit wide there. I was touching the middle clutch pedal instead of the brake. My brake is on the far left. It's a bit more spongy, I find, and a bit nicer, I find. I like it that way, whereas the clutch, I want it to be a bit more stiff. Yeah. Because I like progressive braking rather than unprogressive. Behind the Racing Point car here. There goes Lance Stroll. Here we go then, on a lap. A bit late on opening DRS, I would say. Right now, we're not opening that DRS quite perfectly. But that's okay through turn 1. Not too bad. Look how close we're on the back of Lance Stroll. We're flying here. Sergio Perez now does the fastest lap in the Haas. Come on, Sergio. Literally, I was pushing, sorry, not Sergio, Stroll, around that final corner. I was pushing him around it. I broke my front wing because of it. Like, I should have probably overtaken rather than anything else, but I think that'll be us safely through anyway. Despite the damaged front wing. That's twice now we've damaged our front wing. The first time we did it on purpose, but second time, yeah. So, safely through, I would have thought here. I wouldn't think that we're in danger of being eliminated. Now, we're running on a worn ICE this weekend, by the way. So, it'd be very impressive if we do get pole, and it'd be very impressive if we can take a win. That ICE will be down on power for most part of the race. Anyway. So that should be us safely through. Shouldn't have any difficulties now. Then there, so that's by the looks of it another session done for us. So we've now only got 2 more laps to come in qualifying. In a way, it's been a pretty dull qualifying already, because like, I'm just dominating every lap we do. I'm not being challenged. I'm the only one who's got inside of the 32s at the moment. Like, we haven't really been challenged much, so yeah. Obviously,
we've had to spend time
not been
repairing the damage to the car.
Like great. Qualifying, not most entertaining. It's just us on top and no one else really in the hunt. So yeah, a bit closer this session though, in all fairness. 5 tenths is only the gap, so certainly closer, but you know, even if we get 5 tenths, we're still a mile up the road, let's face it. So yeah, that's the end of this session then. For then that, did we finish on top? No, we didn't. Carlos Sainz is the second man to join me in the 32s. This session may have just come alive here now, because we're going into the final part of qualifying now, and Carlos Sainz has delivered a 32. So, this is now going to get interesting. Once again, out in the second part of qualifying is Hamilton, Leclerc, Grosjean, Lance Stroll and Magnussen all out in Q2 then there. Obviously through to Q3, once again Verstappen doing a very, very good job for Ferrari indeed actually. So again, it's looking very good for Vettel to extend his championship advantage here. Of course, he's already 16 points ahead, but we need to stay in front here actually. Because obviously we're fighting Alfa Romeo for the constructors, or for second place in the constructors. Plus, in a way, we still can win the constructors championship. So, you know, we still gotta be consistently ahead right now. So, right, final runs of qualifying. Here we go then. Let's make sure we got fresh tyres. We do indeed. So we've got 3 sets. We could go for 3 runs here if we wanted to. I'm only going to go for 2, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to waste time and go for 3 runs, as I think that'd be a bit pointless. What are you going to gain out of 3 runs? Like, I guess you gain a bit more track time, yes, but you're not going to gain a second out of 3 runs. I don't think. 2 runs should be more than sufficient here in Q3, sorry, as we now enter the final part of qualifying then. So, this part of qualifying decides who will get the pole and who will be 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th and 9th and 10th. That's what this qualifying means. Again, doing the same mistake as I did last time. I need to stop doing that mistake. It's a very costly error. I keep on thinking my brake's in the middle, but it's not. I know it's on the left, so it's a bit more spongy. I need to stop resting my leg in the middle. Now our lap time was affected by just a slow car, so obviously we know we got more time in our lap. So I'm pushing quite hard on my outlap here. The reason that is because I want to build a bit of a gap, then I want to be close. So I'm going to drop back in a moment now. So I'm going to let him build like a 3 or 4 second gap. Now. Out final corner, here we go then. Again, not opening DRS quite efficiently. I need to wait a bit more. I'm sort of double clicking the DRS right now. That weren't a good run. I may just back out. I'm not sure. We'll keep your lap going. Need to be in the 33 anyway. Here, first sector. 33.2. No!
Seeing major wing damage. Box, box, box.
You could probably hear my hands sort of smashing the wheel, or oh. Verstappen faithful 5, like, oh, that's annoying. Go.
That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright.
I'm gonna use a flashback there. I don't know what I was doing. Sort of drifted into the wall. Actually, that was a quite heavy impact. I was trying to stay offline for my teammate. That's quite funny, sorry. That was the most stupidest incident I've ever done. Sort of impeded my teammate there. Oh. So we're relying on that last lap being gold. In fact, I may go for 3 runs now. They're saying that there wasn't any point in 3 runs. There is a point in 3 runs. If you have 1 bad run, then there's a point in 3 runs. Of course there is. I should have thought about that. So we can go for another run immediately, actually, here. If we go for 1 now, effectively straight away. But then a minute, would it be worth just staying in the garage doing 2 runs? I don't know. Should we go for a 3rd run or a 2nd run immediately with immediate effect? We're going to be about a minute in the garage anyway. So that's how long it's going to take for the damage to repair itself. See, minute 30. No, we'll go for the 1 run.
Car repairs have set us back a little. We're 7th in the speed trap, 209.8 miles per hour.
Right, we'll go late. Now.
Checks.
Ooh. That's not good. Sorry about that, if anyone was watching. Accidentally pressed the wrong button. Just trying to make sure the controller don't die on me. Because the controller can actually die, and if that dies, then effectively, my session dies as well. Alright, here we go then. Got confidence in the car. Remember, let's have a good hour lap. Let's get this right. Fill the car. Fill the grips there. So I know we're just lining up where the grip is. This is where we crashed. Just need to be a bit more patient, just like that out of that final corner. Then make sure we don't do the same mistake twice. And then here, flip the car. Make sure we get that right, hook it all up. Then this is where we need to hook it up. This time we don't need to wait, we just need to turn up the engine and go. Anyway, it's been a much better exit. That was a better DRS, much better, probably best we've done all day in terms of activating it. Now, let's go. In all honesty, here in Russia, I don't know why they don't extend the DRS to the whole, to cover the whole straight. It would make a lot more sense, I think. Ooh, slight corner cut, but that's okay. I'll let myself get away with that. It's so easy to cut the corner though here in Russia. I am gonna say that, very easy. So how are we doing? Out to the second sector. Right now, Vettel extending his advantage for pole, but we've got 9/10 on the table, so practically a second on the table right now. And we take pole. Beautiful.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done.
Very good.
That was a fantastic drive.
That was, you know, so I did say we had about 9/10 advantage or 8/10. Oh, sorry, it was a second. Yeah, that seems about right. Don't seem fair, but seem right. Yeah. Okay, right. Anyway, so things remain like that. I think we'd overtake our teammate in the Drivers' Championship. 100% would be closer to Bottas and to Hamilton and to, well, anyone in the championship. So looking good. Obviously, well, actually, I don't know whether we're still in contention of the drivers. How many points are remaining? There's 5 races. No, we're not. Or 6 races, 5 or 6. If there's 6, yes we are. We're in by a point. But I don't think we are. I think we're out of that. Like, I think my teammate's the only other Red Bull driver that could win it. At the moment, Gasly. But we're not really... when I came to Red Bull at the start... Well, at the start of Austria, I weren't really looking to win the championship straight away. I knew that that was a bit of a uphill climb. I think the aim was to, you know, to be close to Max, but we didn't get Max, we got Gasly, so it's been a bit of a different story, if that makes sense, you know.
Alright, I think we can call that a successful qualifying.
Yep, I totally agree there then, Jeff. So, you know, now, obviously, by the way, in the process of deciding races that I'm going to do for next year, or next seasons, should I say, on the game. So, yeah, here we go then.
Let's run you through the driver grid order.
Bit of cloud, bit of the wind. Here we go then.
See if you can achieve second or better.
Second or better. Wow, you're aiming low. So, could be a bit of rain at the end of the Grand Prix. Well, I don't think it'll catch us out anyway, so yeah, I'm not really worried. We're going quite long, eight laps, yeah, 8 laps into this race before we change, so yeah, we're looking pretty good.
Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them.
So, I'm starting the race from Sebastian Vettel, then Sainz is third. So that's your top 3. Who will win? We qualified on pole by a second. If you qualify on pole by that much, I think you can't expect anything less than a win, can you? And it should be pretty comfortable based on that. So yeah, I'm not really too worried. So making sure the field's bunched up here. I don't want the field to get, you know, too far. So this is where we had our crash in Q3.
No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being.
So taking them on a bit of a slow lap or warm up. Let's see how far they're behind. Why Sainz behind? Sainz must have overtaken Vettel. That's okay though. Let's see how warm our tyres are. At 90. Just want to get them a bit warmer. Right, there we go. So that's all we can do now. So we're now going to wait till the grid forms itself now. As you can see, we're looking pretty good now. I'm probably going to pause the game quickly on lap 3. Just so the controller don't die. Like, it should be okay. Just making sure it don't die from now to the lights. So, obviously we're about to go to 5 red lights in a moment's time. And then soon after, lights out.
And watch for the lights.
So, 1 red light, 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 6 lights out, and away we go for the Russian Grand Prix. Hasn't been a great start by our standard. We're getting bogged down left, right, centre. Then we're down already into 6th place. Not a great start. We go late on the brakes though, sort of having to go a little bit wider. We've been touched. We're around. I'm using a blowing flashback. We were touched there. I can guarantee you someone touched us. I think it was Sainz who touched me. No? What? Felt like we were touched. What actually happened? No one touched me. I thought we were touched. It felt like a touch. That's how the car snapped. It didn't feel natural. You see, the car just snapped. I will replay it from there then. Maybe it was the curb. I'm not sure anyway. I don't really want to lose the race, but, you know, I don't really want to lose that first corner. Anyway, we'll crack on. So Russell's in second, Vettel's first. Let's go. So, you've got to be clinical. Now, I want to make some clean passes today. So, where we don't touch other drivers. If that makes sense. Because one thing I noticed, okay, we touch a lot of other drivers usually, especially when using the wheel. Whereas when using the controller, we're very clean on our overtakes. So trying to get George Russell here, who's in the Williams. Vettel does fastest lap in the Alfa Romeo, so he's getting away a little bit.
Battery charge is high. Let's increase ERS deployment to up the pace. Okay, clear.
That's how close Sainz is to the back. And it's Lance Stroll, the first one out of the race.
Safety car deployed.
Safety
The
car.
Safety car has been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack.
Now I'm just wondering, would it be worth going onto the hard? Because obviously, you know, that gets us to the end of the Grand Prix. I may do that. Box this lap.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
So, coming in. I've decided.
Drop your speed, our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
So we're going to come in for the hard tyre. Why not? Put it on, get in early. But then just takes us to the Grand Prix. Track positions, king. Under safety car. Even if we go to the back, I'm not too concerned.
Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy.
No, that's it. This is it, and it looks like someone else is coming in.
Exit now.
So, one of Mercedes, I think, could be doing similar strategy. I'm not too sure. But it looks like he's gone for Hamilton still on the soft.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres
So,
through to the end now.
we're in 18th out of 19 cars. Hamilton's obviously come in. So Hamilton's gone for the soft, so he may have still another stop to make. We've gone for the hard. First time I've ever used a hard actually in this game. But the reason why we've done that, because right, there'll only be 4 laps of racing once safety car, let's say, comes in. Okay? And it's only 4 laps till, let's say, everyone's pit window. The field ain't going to spread out that much. So we should be able to come through enough to obviously be able to, you know, take the lead of the race, or it'd be very close, certainly. Because obviously they've now all still got a stop, yeah, in this race. So 1 stop, we've got 0 stops, they've got 1 stop to now go. We don't even have to stop anymore, we're no longer required. Yes, you know, you may say, oh, why do that? But, you know, safety cars are not going to come in for another, probably, lap yet, I wouldn't have thought. No, it's not going to come in yet. Otherwise, I think we would know about it about now. Or before now. So, yeah, safety car's definitely not coming in for this lap. So, safety car probably be in... Safety car will probably be in next lap, based on that. So, that gives everyone else around 3 or 4 laps before their pit window opens. And they'll go on the medium, so they'll be faster probably towards the end of the race. They probably will hunt us down, and yeah. So, but I'd prefer to be hunted rather than hunting, because you know, at the end of the day, that's the way I see it. And some of these guys should be pretty easy to get through, like Giovinazzi, you know.
Reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
So, yeah. This is obviously, in a way, a bit of a master stroke, really, you could argue. Because we're chilling right now, I'd say. We're looking quite good. Certainly going to get points. But we're down. Because also, one other thing now that plays into our hands. We've got a pit stop, you could say, over Giovinazzi, Hulkenberg, everyone in front we've now got. That's our gap now, right now as things stand. So they've got to make up 20 seconds, more or less, of normal racing time to us. Already, like, we could probably argue that the front lot have only got 10 seconds or 15 seconds to make up, something like that. You know, let's find out gap to our teammate quickly. Teammate status.
Gap to teammate ahead is 5.9 seconds.
So, yeah,
fresh softs.
15 seconds is how much the front lot's got to make up. Okay, that's how much time they've got to make up over the course of the next few laps.
Racing again. The safety car is in this lap.
Whereas we're good.
There is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap.
So, obviously, we're going to go racing again. Obviously, everyone else has still a stop to make. We've pitted already, so therefore we are high and dry in terms of that sense. We've got no more stops to make. Everyone else still has that one stop to make at least. So, this is going to be the interesting race now to the end of the Grand Prix. We're around 5 seconds behind our teammate. I'd say 7 seconds behind Vettel, who's the race leader. But really, he's 7 seconds behind me right now. And we go green. So racing is back underway here at the Russian Grand Prix. Now, we're not necessarily going to be quick out the blocks here as Hamilton goes for the overtake. Yes, he does. He gets the overtake. Hamilton's up into now 18th position then here. Nothing really I can do. I'm not going to come back risky on the brakes. Hamilton's still got a stop to make. I doubt he will be, or I doubt he started on the medium tyre. I have my doubts, and if he did, then he could be leading the race. So this is obviously an interesting one that we're going
Let's
into.
use some of this energy. Increase the ERS deployment.
And such grip ain't great on these tyres at the moment. Obviously they're still trying to be broken into. Not saying I've done this strategy not on a regular occasion, but today is one of these days where this race ain't regular. Oh, for crying out loud! We've had 4 laps of decent racing up to this point, and we make a simple error like that. Too greedy on the power.
Okay.
Again, same mistake. If you can't learn once, you gotta learn twice. There we go, that's it. Progression, Julian. You done well there. Let's refocus now. So Hamilton is going up the inside of Giovinazzi. Really? Come on! Pushes me out wide. No blemmin' room given from the AI. That's horrible as hell. Like, look, we position our car on the outside. He was clearly slower. And then he pushes me out there. We're using a flashback I feel like we're using too many flashbacks right now. Come on. We need to do better now. Sorry if I'm getting a bit frustrated, but I hate the AI in this game. They really do suck. I prefer playing online, actually. I think I may film one day my online racing, and you'll see what I mean. Like, I've already got 3 wins online. Like, out of, I think, like, 12 races, which ain't bad, actually. 3 wins online. That was my fault there. We just sucked on the power. These tyres, though, even though we're going to the end, these tyres really don't... I don't like them. They're just not gripping up. I can't push them the same way I could maybe push that soft tyre. It's a very different driving technique. Now it's time to get real. I'm no longer fucking about now. Sorry about my language, but honestly, time to, you know, just bring out the inner champion and get real. Albon, you're next, mate. Oh, really, Albon? So slow. We couldn't go anywhere. I wanted to go around the outside. Albon taught me a lesson or two there, I guess. Not to mess with him.
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm
That
you're okay,
hit was stupid. I don't even know how we even crashed there. Also, another thing that frustrates me about this game, sometimes you have all the grip in the world, then other times, it feels like you got no grip. Like, right, one time I could have all the grip in that corner there in the world, next lap I'll have literally no grip. Like here, all the grip in the world that time, but watch, next lap, I bet you have no grip. Like, their grip felt like it was getting away, I don't know. Hard to describe.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Hamilton, fuck off. Literally, don't come past my inside like that. I think we were trying to mug off Albon there, but that didn't work. Well, actually, no, I was trying to actually mug off Hamilton. Like, but we went too late on the break. There. That's what I was originally trying to do to Hamilton, to teach him a lesson not to come down my inside. Because I don't like people going down the inside, it's horrible. If they go around the outside, that's okay, fine. But, you know, you don't do that on a Red Bull car. Oh, for crying out loud, why we keep on picking... The first 5 laps was okay, but now this race has gone to absolute crap. Like, absolute load of bollocks. Crap that cannot race, you know. Really frustrated, because the race is slipping away from my, from my fingertips. Leave the room, mate! Leave the blemmin' room. You got to leave room. For crying out loud, you can't just leave. You're a Red Bull driver. How you expect to, you know, treat Max? You want, you know, to do this? Alright, I'm really not liking Albon right now. He's been a bit of a prick.
Engine off, engine off.
The car wouldn't stop. It just kept going. Even though I did try and take a swipe at Albon. Let's see how... Did I hurt him in any way? As you'll see, I did take a... I took a pretty nasty swipe at Alex Albon there. And in a way I got karma payback for that, because I really haven't liked the way he's defended. Like, I know it's only a game, but oh well. But look, Kyan across, not leaving any room for me. How are you meant to race? As I say, for the AI, it's like I would describe, they don't have any preferential vision, so they're not looking to see whether the other player is there. I'm not saying leave every inch of room, but at least leave a bit of room for racing.
Increase ERS deployment. It's time to use some of this charge.
Because in real life, you've got to leave room. Like, I'm being fair with them, so I think the AI needs to be a bit more fair with the player. Like there, like around the outside. Now, Ricardo should recognise I'm on the back of him. Now, Ricardo should recognise I'm going around the outside here. Like, I'm not saying they should recognise that you're going to dive them at every corner, but they should recognise it a little bit. If you're close enough, then they should at least leave a bit of room, just so, you know. Like here there's no diving opportunity, but here, alright, I'm in the slipstream now. I'm in slipstream. I'm coming. Here's Magnussen. So right now I'm in that dive bomb area where I can go up the inside. I've got the position. You see, like, Magnussen should just leave me a little bit of room to make the pass safe. Sorry about that. The controller died, so I had to reconnect it. That's why this headset. But anyway, we're in the lead of a Grand Prix. We haven't had our best Grand Prix, but we've not been bad. Like, we've been good enough, I would say. And then, okay, when I do their tactics to them, funny enough, it doesn't do anything to them. Look, I did the exact same tactic that they do to me, yet it don't do anything to them. See, I'll leave a good car's width of room to allow us to race fair and square. That's my opinion. A car's width is more than enough. Anyway.
We need to catch up with the car ahead. The gap is around 5 seconds.
Right, let's try and end this race in style. Really?
Okay, box. We're adjusting.
The car just had no grip there whatsoever. Like, you see what I mean? It has literally, usually you can gain all the grip in the world from there. As soon as you're about halfway around that corner, that's where you want to be getting on the power. But literally, no, it just went. As if, like, you know, the grip is too inconsistent, I find, for me. That's what I don't like. The grip's just there 1 minute, then the next minute, gone.
Fuel is looking really good. You're managing it well.
At least I'm doing well in qualifying, I guess.
The air is in the pits.
That's one thing I look forward to every time. Qualifying, we're doing very well at the moment. In fact, we're the quickest car, by the way, in qualifying.
Some information on Grosjean. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
So Grosjean is fucked, apparently. That's what we've been told. Sorry about my language today, but I don't know, it just hasn't been a bit of a frustrating one. Every time we do a race on the wheel, it's not easy, if that makes sense. It's been very difficult every time we do a race on the wheel. And see, I didn't do anything wrong there. Like, I took the normal racing line, that's where the grip should be, and I'm getting on the power now. Okay, yeah, the car wanting to spit me off, or, you know, it doesn't want to respond right, as if, you know, it has no downforce. And then, you know, when I use a flashback, whatever reason it works, it does, you know, respond normally. How a car should respond.
Let's use some of this energy. Increase the ERS
For
deployment.
Formula 1 cars, the way they work, they have literally all the grip you could ask for. They only, especially at low speeds, you know, there's so much grip with them. That time that was our fault. We're using too many flashbacks in this race. And it's annoying because we qualified on pole so well. So convincingly, yet we're racing like my old grandma. Like, you know, even though my grandmother probably races better than me. Sort of thing. No, you won't do it to me this time, car. Alright, they're in. Hamilton in? No, Hamilton's staying out. Right. I'm not going to speed for the final 3 laps, okay?
4 laps have we got remaining. Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes' time. Rain in 10 minutes.
Oh, that lap was good. That lap was very good, in fact. So obviously, still going to try this tactic, not speaking much. Sorry if I'm not commentating much, but the moment we commentate, we make a mistake like that, and I don't want to do that.
Let's turn up the ERS deployment and burn some of this energy. This is your final lap of the race. Gap to
Final lap.
teammate behind is
Time to go for the fastest lap.
14.4 seconds.
Hasn't been the greatest race, I'm not going to lie, but we did qualify on pole by a mile. Let's now finish off in start. So, question is, will Vettel get Hamilton? Hamilton obviously right now sat in second. Hamilton taking them softs all the way to the end and that's a very impressive drive from Hamilton. From the champion himself, obviously. Brilliant drive.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
But obviously it's Vettel who's going to extend his championship advantage through this all. Either way, so it's Vettel who gains out of it anyway over Charles Leclerc, and in a way it feels like the championship's over due to Vettel's performances recently, but we come across the line to win in Russia to earn our second career win and our second Red Bull win. It hasn't been the best one, but we did have the best car, and I think the team deserved that one the most out of them there. The best car on the best day.
Waiting to celebrate a thoroughly well-deserved win.
So there we go then. Another Red Bull win. A
A
brilliant race. Well, not a brilliant race, but the car was good. The car was the best
Exactly what would have happened without it, but there's
out
no
there.
question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull
So
team.
it's a mixture of teams, 3 different engines on top them there today. The Ferrari powered unit of Alpha, the Mercedes hybrid and the Honda hybrid, of course. 3 different teams, Red Bull, Alpha and Mercedes, all on top steps then of the podium then there today. Quite a nice mixture that is actually. So yeah, very, very good. Then for all them 3 teams, of course.
Let's have a quick look at how the driver standings have changed. Sebastian Vettel will be very happy with that result as he extends his championship
So,
lead.
as I say, it looks
Let's
like,
discuss, Ant, who would you say
you
is
know,
a
this
contender for
championship
driver
is
of the day?
over.
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton.
And
He pulled off
we
some impressive
now
feats out on the
are
track
up
today, even
into
by his
7th
standards.
Let's
place,
move on to the constructors.
hunting
Current
down
championship
Verstappen
leaders still hold
and
top spot.
Bottas.
That gap is getting smaller. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to
So,
join
yeah.
us for the next one.
Quite good then there, but the constructors only 88 points then there between us and Ferrari. It's only 20 points back to Alpha from Mercedes, only, well, 14 points, so yeah, it could be a very interesting climax to the season. The last race, actually, I could see this, where 4 teams are in with the chance of winning the Constructors' title in the last race of the season. That is going to be close. Trust me. Like, because Alpha are gaining on Mercedes. Mercedes are gaining on us, but we're gaining on Ferrari. So, you know, we're all gaining on one another right now. It's all like a, you know, domino effect right now going on. But yeah, so that's our second career win, and yeah, that's it wasn't the best career win. My best career win has to be the first. I don't know why, it just felt more better as the drives go, but
I'm sure
it was
you're
good. It was
pretty
good.
happy with that.
Yep, not out.
Your
Stand,
rivalry
but,
with your
you know.
old F2 teammate seemed to get a little less friendly. Devin did much better in today's race than he did in qualifying. Were you expecting that? you feeling after that win? Things are looking up after last week, aren't they? Great.
Right,
Well,
so
that's everything.
obviously just saying some positive things just to get my reputation up. Sorry if you can hear drilling, scaffolding's been put up outside my flat right now, so that's in case you're wondering what's going on, and you're thinking, oh, there's some drilling going on, like, you know, well, you can hear, you know, that noise, or a drilling noise, that's what it is, just in case you're wondering. So 609, score 37 Drivers' Championship points. How many did we score?
Just wanted to say congrats on the podium. It's thoroughly deserved. We were sweating those last few laps on the pit wall, but you brought it home.
Our proposal has been accepted. The new contract will take effect from the next
Right,
race.
there we go. So getting okay, you know. So resource points are building up quite nicely now. We've got enough to make probably 2 or 3 big upgrades right now, or 1 big upgrade, depends, you know, what I want. So yeah, upgrades, but we won't upgrade to the end of season, I don't think, you know, no point, you know. Okay, we're going to fall behind a little bit, but I think that should balance itself out at the end of season anyway. We're going to push hard in the practice programs, of course, for that. Anyway, so next race weekend will be the Japanese Grand Prix. And in fact, I want to get a win here because it's Honda's home race. You know, I think it'd be nice to get a win, you know, for Honda. If that's possible. We're going to use the controller for this race. You know, then I think I'm going to change it to Brazil. Where, you know, we're going to use the wheel next. I'm not going to use it in Abu Dhabi. I'm going to use it in also Brazil and Mexico, so them 2 races. So we've got 2 races where we're going to use, you know, the controller now, or 3 races to come where we use the controller, and then that's it for the season. That's season 2 then complete. 5 more races now to go. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope you've had a good day. Or you've enjoyed this video. If you have, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and next time come back to see the Suzuka Japanese Grand Prix. Take care, have a good day.